Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I'm digging into this new mini catalog. I'm so excited to be sharing some more projects with you today. I am still casing the catalog. We talked about that last week, and I do this a lot when the new catalog first comes out. So case typically means copy and share everything. I prefer copy and selectively edit. And so I'm still casing the catalog. Well, right before I got on, I was trying to prepare this card because I wanted to showcase this stamp set called Happy and Heartfelt. And you guys may recognize this. I offered it as an add-on to my product share that I did earlier this month. And turns out there's a little problem. I've started to hear from everyone who received a stamp set. Not everybody. I've started to hear from a few of you who've received your stamp set. And this Happy and Heartfelt stamp set has the wrong stickers inside. Can you see that? It's hard to read because they're kind of, well, they're right side up this way, but love and happiness. So if you have ordered the Happy and Heartfelt stamp set, whether you ordered directly from Stampin' Up or if you got it from my product share, check your stickers inside and make sure that they match. If you ordered directly from Stampin' Up or yourself or another demonstrator, then you can contact Stampin' Up and they can send you a new sticker sheet. If you ordered from me through the product share, I have already called Stampin' Up and requested a whole bunch of sticker sheets to cover all of the orders that I placed. And so if you ordered with the product share and you got the wrong stickers, I will automatically send you new stickers, whether you need them or not, because I'm thinking everyone is going to need them, which is a lot of stickers. Anyway, so some of you have already reached out. And if you haven't yet and you ordered from the product share, I got you covered, no worries. And if you have, this is just a good reminder that you should check your stamp sets and your product when it comes to make sure that it has the right labels and, you know, that everything is right. Sometimes I've heard of people getting the wrong stamps inside their stamp case. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Stampin' Up, they hand pack all of the stamp sets. So there's an actual human who is taking the rubber or the photopolymer and sticking it inside the case with the stickers, if it comes with stickers, and closing the case for every single stamp set that you buy, which is just incredible. So there's room for human error. And especially because when this stamp set was put together, the rubber was face down, and so the stickers, they kind of look like they match, and the name is pretty similar, Love and Happiness, Happy and Heartfelt. Anyway, so I'm kind of prepping this card to case tonight, and we're going to use one of the stamps here because even though I don't have the stickers that match, the stamp set still can be used. We don't have to have the stickers. So this one, I think, says, "Being awesome is just your thing." I like that. So I'm going to peel off the little paper backing, and I can still put this on a block. It will still cling, and I can still make sure that it's straight on the back of the block, and I can still use it. So that is my plan. I'm going to make this card here, although I just kind of wanted to totally change it up. So I'm bringing in the Artfully composed designer paper, which was part of my product share. So let me get it out here and I can show you what this looks like. And I love this paper. I was really drawn to it. And I think I got the stamps. Oh! My dogs are playing and they startled me. Okay, Artfully composed. Anyway, beautiful designer paper. We've got lots of different greens in here. Evening Evergreen, Pear Pizzazz, Just Jade, and then some Bumblebee as well. And I just think this paper is so pretty. I love the colors. This is Calypso Coral in here. And so I wanted to use some of this paper to do this kind of layout. And so I'm coming up with the measurements myself because Stampin' Up! Doesn't give us the measurements, even though they do give us the supply list. So I've got a card base that is Evening Evergreen, and I started with this pattern, but I was thinking maybe it's too busy. And so I was thinking about switching to the other one. So leave a comment and let me know which of these, we're going to call them 1 and 2. Which one of these do you think I should use? I also wanted to add some elements like a tag, which I'm going to stamp on. And I'm thinking either like a little square. We could do like a little Just Jade paper in there, or maybe the yellow and bring some of that in. And so I was kind of playing around with pieces, and I would love your input because you guys are always so good at your giving me feedback. The other thing I used is the, okay, I have to stop and think. Why can't I remember the name of this? The bow punch. I always want to say bow, but it's the bow punch, and it has 2 different images in there. I love this big, this large leaf one. It's just like the perfect little accent to stick behind there. And our inspiration card did have that in there. So let's do some stamping while your answers are coming in. I think I'm going to use a Pear Pizzazz tag. Both papers do have the Pear Pizzazz. And we'll do the dark evening evergreen for the sentiment. So hopefully this is going to fit. Otherwise I might need to switch to a different stamp. Oh yeah, that's going to be just fine. Being awesome is just your thing. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so I'm having a wonder. I'm wondering if I should do a white tag instead of the green tag. And I could get away with the white tag if I come over here and use the yellow paper. So let's just see. Let's see what that looks like. We'll do a white tag too. This is one of my favorite punches. It's called Label Me Lovely. There's also Label Me Fancy. I think it's a little confusing that Stampin' Up! Has 2 punches with such similar names. And they actually came out together, like at the same time. And so there was Label Me Lovely and Label Me Fancy, and they were on the same page, and it made it even more confusing. Okay, so the reason I thought maybe about doing the green was because the background is so white. I thought maybe it could use a different color to break it up. So I don't know. Let's bring it to you guys and see what you think. Just started to ask about the punch. Okay. All right, I'm going backwards. So I see Susan says 1, Penny says 2, Janet says 2, Lynn says 1, Louise says 2, Sean says 2, Sharon says 2, Rose says 2. Okay, overwhelming, you guys. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Lots of 2s. I think as well that this one is just too busy to have things in the foreground. So we're going to put this one aside and we're going to work on this one. Now, this one does have the yellow in there. It's really subtle, but it is in there. So trying to decide, is there enough yellow in there? Or and then is this too white to go in the white? Like, then does it get lost? See, do you guys go through this too? Like, why is it so hard? I'm kind of leaning towards the yellow. But then I'm not sure about this. I don't know. Maybe I do like that. Now, the other thing that this card had on is some ribbon. So let's grab some of that. Uh-oh. I thought I had some of the white seam binding. That is such a versatile ribbon. But I don't see my roll over there. So I'm going to dig through. I have a ribbon jar. And whenever I have like scraps, I just put them in my ribbon jar. And I don't come to the ribbon jar as much as I should. At one point, my girls took over my ribbon jar because they're really good at using scraps of ribbon. And you can see I've got some retired ribbon in there. So I guess it's probably time for me to give the ribbon jar over to them again and give them a refill. So here's one that I tied up, or it was tied onto something. I need to add this to my list to reorder. I love the white seam binding because it's so versatile. It goes with everything. And you can customize it by coloring it with the Stampin' blends. And then it can be any color that you need it to be. Okay, so it was already wrinkled, which is good because it's been in my jar, so it's even more wrinkled now. But the original card had the seam binding wrapped around. I'm gonna put this down so you guys can see. Man, we're just getting started and I already have such a mess on my desk. Oh my goodness. I will include the measurements in the video description when I'm all done, but this yellow piece is 3 inches by 3.5 inches. And the designer paper is 1.5 by 2 3/4, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, so I'm going to wrap the ribbon around the cardstock and we're going to tie a bow. And I just love this little detail on the card. I think it adds just a fun little, I was going to say pop of color, but white is not a pop of color. So just a fun little texture to the card. Uh-oh. Freezing up. Well, that's no good. And then I see Michelle's comment, green instead of yellow, and then white or yellow tag. Okay, are we still freezing up? Can we, okay, Nancy says not freezing up, so hopefully we are good to go. I'm going to keep going because it looks like it's normal on my end and I don't see any issues. And I still see your comments coming through. So I think we're good. Okay, I'm trying to tighten up this bow. See, this is a bow and the leaves are bow punch. Okay. It doesn't matter what I tell myself. I'm still gonna not remember. Okay, slide it over. This is sort of like, it's just a little bit. I like it. Okay, let me show you the original card. I'm going to bring it back in and show you. It was a horizontal layout. Let's see. I think it's this one. Bow wow. I still won't remember that, Lynn. Okay, so I know you guys are not feeling the yellow. I wonder if we just need a different pattern from that paper. This was the one we tried earlier and it was too dark, right? Let's just put it back on there and see. It does feel too busy. Where were the other patterns? Oh, maybe this one would be better. There's just so many greens, so many different greens going on. I feel like the jade clashes with the pear, but how is that possible? Because they're right next to each other. I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with the yellow. Okay, so I was starting to say the original card was horizontal. And I'm thinking about making mine vertical. So you can see where some of the inspiration is coming from. Although I'm covering it up, aren't I? So there's the original, and there is my card. And this is exactly what we talk about when we say copy and selectively edit, right? So we make a few changes to make it our own. Okay, here is the nightly pull apart. Oh, you guys are struggling, I think, just like I am with this Just Jade pattern. So let's switch it out for the Pear Pizzazz. Ugh, I don't know about Pear and Bumblebee. I don't know that I like that any better. I think it's, I don't know. Is it the yellow? Is the yellow too much? Maybe the yellow makes more sense there, and the Pear Pizzazz is better. Sometimes you just like want to chuck the card and walk away. That is how I'm feeling right now. I want to chuck the card and move on. Oh, I can't even keep track of what you guys like and what you don't, because I am changing myself all over the place. Okay. We're going to finish up this card and glue it down and move on, because that's what I find is best. When I'm not happy with a card, I just move on. Finish it up, move on. The next one will be better. And honestly, this one's not bad. But I know there's times when you are probably feeling frustrated with your paper crafting, because I feel frustrated sometimes when I'm crafting. And so if you ever feel that way, just put it aside and walk away and come back tomorrow. And you'll either decide that you actually like what you were working on or you just need to toss it and start over. I feel an obligation to finish this card since you're watching me live. But if I were doing this on my own, I probably would just set it aside and walk away from it and finish it tomorrow. Okay. I think my other cards are gonna redeem redeem this one. We're gonna have some really cool cards tonight, I think. What am I promising? I gotta be careful. I don't want to overpromise. This was the one I was feeling unsure about, so okay. We're almost done. We're going to put some dimensionals on the tag, and we're going to put some dimensionals onto the yellow, and we're going to add it to the card. Oh, and finish it up. Oh, you guys, I wanted to tell you about a new card kit that Stampin' Up! Came out with. It's called, what is it called? Like the candles. It's a birthday card kit, and it came out at the same time as the mini catalog, but it was we were so busy with the mini catalog that I forgot to mention it, and then it sold out for like a day, and then it was back. So it is back in stock, and I'm going to show you the kit in a second, but if you love kits and love easy cards, then you definitely want to order this kit. My favorite thing about it is the price, because the kit collection kits are priced so well. It really is cool. I'm going to put this one. So the original, oh gosh. I think I like it horizontal. I was going to make it vertical, but I think I'm just going to do this. I'm not even going to ask you. Oh, I like that. Okay, so being awesome is just your thing. Okay, I changed my mind. I think it turned out okay. So I was copying this one in the catalog and I changed up. Instead of doing the background with the stencil, I used designer paper, but otherwise I used the same sentiment, a different punch, a different kind of different elements, and I changed the size up too a little bit. Did you notice that as well? I'm not using the same like rectangle. It's a little bit different. So anyway, I hope this inspires you to, use what you have at home, even if it's not exactly the same as what's in the catalog. Use what you have and create your own thing. Do it your own way. And it's okay if you mess up the first time or go through a ton of scraps to get there. I'm going to throw that on the floor right now and I will deal with it later on. Okay, so the designer paper again that I used is called Artfully Composed. And this was one that is in the product share. So if you got, all the mini catalog papers were in the product share. So I did have somebody ask, they signed up late and I haven't sent the invoice yet. I have a couple more to send out. I'm just kind of trying to see if I have any extra. So if you still want a product share, it's essentially a waiting list, and I'll check in with you if I've got enough to make up, or if I can order more. So we'll see. Okay. Are you ready for that card kit? Let me switch and talk about the card kit really quick. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. So here is the card kit. Light the candles. And this is an all-inclusive card kit. What that means is that it comes with everything you need, including stamps, ink, and a block. And the price point is amazing. It's only $19 and you get everything that you need to make 8 cards. This kit includes two different designs and you get the materials to make 4 of each card. And aren't these so cute? They come with these cute pre-printed envelopes as well. So you can send some fun birthday greetings. You've got foam strips in here, the little gold glitter. And then here is like the best part is we have this amazing like pre-printed glitter and then these laser cut pieces. And so you're going to use the foam strips to layer them up and give them some dimension. So we've got the cake and we've got the candles and then the stamped greetings to add to it. And everything is included. So I'll put the link in the video description. If you're looking for some quick and easy birthday cards to get you started this year, you definitely want to get this Light the Candles card kit. And again, it already sold out very briefly. So I would make sure that you order it right away. Do not wait, like right now. Pause this video. If you're watching the replay, pause the video and go get the Light the Candles card kit so you don't miss out. And the best part is that counts towards celebration. If you have been living under a rock, Celebration is Stampin' Up's annual promotion where if you spend $50 or more, you get to choose a free gift. And so you can get the Light the Candles kit, you can choose other kits from the kit collection, you can choose whatever you want, prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscriptions, and then choose free gifts. So we've got the Island Vibes stamp set, the Daffodil Afternoon designer paper, the Catching Butterflies, Driving By, Sunshine and Rainbows designer paper, the Marble paper, and the Awesome Otters, and the Friendly Hello. Now this one and the last one, Special Moments, are both free with a $100 order. So those are kind of like the jumbo stamp set and the stamp set and paper combination. Well, the next card I want to show you uses both of these two celebration gifts, the Simply Marvelous designer paper and the Awesome Otters stamp set. Now the Simply Marvelous paper, I love the versatility, but I just honestly haven't used it a whole lot yet. So I'm kind of digging in. Now this marble paper, you get see, 8 sheets each of 6 double-sided patterns. So on the one side, we have this sort of like liquidy satin marble in 6 different colors. And then on the other side, same colors, we have more of like a stone marble. I just think these are so versatile and so much fun. And I love these blues. I've been seeing so many cards using them for water to go with the awesome otters. And so I thought that was kind of a perfect combination. So we're going to use exactly that. We're going to use one of these marble papers and we're going to create a waterfall card. Now, I think I mentioned this in another video. And I cut all the pieces. Look at this. I found this amazing template and instructions that Stampin' Up! Posted years ago. Like I'm talking probably 10 years ago. And I had shared it on my blog. So I'm going to include the link to this in the video description so you can print it out. Now this was created by Stampin' Up! It wasn't created by me, although it doesn't say Stampin' Up! Anywhere on it. But you can print this out. I'll include the link in the video description when we're all done so that you can make a waterfall card at home. So obviously if this was done 10 years ago, this project's been around for a while. And I have made so many waterfall cards over the years. And I haven't made one in a while, so I thought it would be a fun time to make one. So look at this. I stamped some cute little otters and I colored them ahead of time. So these pieces are 2 inches by 2 1/4. And then I also cut layers for them and I just went like 1 step bigger. So the layers are 2 1/4 by 2 1/2. Okay, so I've got 3 of those, 1, 2, 3. And then I have a piece up here. This is 1 inch by 4 1/4. And then this long piece down here is 1 3/4 inch by 8 1/2 inch. And it's scored at 1 3/4, 2 3/4, and 3 3/4. Okay, so this is the waterfall strip. Now, all of this will be on the download, so you'll be able to print this out. And the instructions are right here. So if you're trying to figure this out at home, print the thing and then you can follow along in the video as I show you how to put it together. Okay, so we have our regular card base. I'm using Bermuda Bay, by the way. This is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And then I have a piece to go on the front and I couldn't decide. So again, I'm going to need your help. You gotta vote for me. Should I use the liquidy marble or the stone marble for my background? So this is A and this is B. Leave a comment and let me know which one of these two you think I should use. So it's going to go on the card like this. Well, one or the other. So A or B, leave a comment and let me know. And then our waterfall piece is kind of going to go in the center. And we're going to have, this is actually going to be a horizontal card, although you can also make a vertical waterfall card. So then we're going to layer these and we're going to have them kind of, well, you'll see they sort of like flip. Okay, so just to give you an idea of like what that's going to look like, it's either going to be, let me turn them this way, like this, or like that. I really can't decide, so I definitely need your help on this one, you guys. While you guys are leaving your comments, A or B, I'm going to glue the inside down. So this is just 4 inches by 5 1/4. And again, I did stamp a little otter in the corner and colored him in. I used the Stampin' blends to color the otters. And I'm also going to layer the otters that are stamped onto their respective squares. So I'm going to do that really quick too. And again, I'll have the measurements in the video description. So if you're watching this and you want to follow along, you can print that out, and the measurements that I used will all be in there as well. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of A's. Becky says A, and Kimberly says A, and Cynthia and Brenda. Yolanda says B, and Janice says B. Lynn and Kathy and Debbie say A. Susan and Kathy and Debbie and Betty are B's. Bonnie is A. You guys, you're kind of split on this, but I think I see more A's. Tony and Marilyn and Penny say A. Kay's a B. Bonnie's an A. Trina's an A. Joe's an A. Okay, I'm definitely seeing majority are going to be the A. I did see the post office has otter stamps, and you better believe I got them. These are otters in the snow, but oh my gosh, how cute, right? To coordinate your otter card with an otter stamp. I just love this. So if you're in the United States, you can get these books of the otters in the snow. They're just a first class forever stamp. So if you need extra postage, then you might need a non-machinable stamp. Okay, we're going with this one. I'm going to glue it down onto the card. And okay, it's been a little while since I made this, so I'm starting to try to remember how this goes. Okay, if I remember right, we glue. Uh-oh. I should have tried this beforehand just to make sure. I think this is right. So I think we're going to glue them like this, and then you pull and each one flips like that. Okay. So let's start with this piece. Okay, so we've got this long strip here, and then we've got the smaller sections. And actually I'm going to let's take the tag topper punch, and I'm going to center that and punch to have a decorative end there to pull on. Oh my goodness. I just dropped my punch. Everything's fine. All right, so we are going to take the opposite end. Okay, so the long end I punched, and then it's sort of folded over. Now the opposite end, we're going to use some tear and tape. I really hope that I don't mess this up. Oh, okay, so we got some tear and tape here, and then this is going to okay, I'm pretty sure this is right. So the tear and tape is going to be there. So this is right? I'm asking you guys like you know. I said it was going to be a horizontal card, and it could go either way, but I think I'm going to stick with the vertical card. So, I mean, you can have it go this way, or you can have it go this way. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. We need to attach this to the front of the card, and I'm tearing it apart, you guys. If you don't want your brads to show through, then I would advise putting this on the front of the card before you glue it to the to the card base. Okay, so we're going to we want to secure only the sides, and I guess you could use tear and tape. I've always used brads. I guess the brads kind of hold it a little bit better, but really maybe it's more decorative. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna put it back on there. Let's try just with tear and tape. And instead of the brads, I think it'll be okay without. So next up, we're going to do more tear and tape. And this is going to be on the ends of the strip. Oh, good. Bonnie says that she's used tear and tape before and it's worked fine. Brad's secured a little bit stronger, but I think, like Bonnie said, I think the tear and tape's going to be fine. Okay, so you want to be careful that you're not putting any adhesive whatsoever here in the middle. The adhesive is only going on the edges because the tag will need to freely move in the middle. So this is going to go across the card. Right there. Got a little bit over, so I'm just going to take some scissors and trim that. Okay, now the one that's going to go on the bottom. Oh, see, this is why this isn't going to work. It's going to cover that up. Okay, that's fine. Can we make this be... horizontal? Yes, we can. It's okay, hold on. Or I'm doing a gentle tear again. Get that up. Oh my heavens, Julie. Why do I always gotta complicate things? It's more entertaining that way, right? All right, I'm starting with a new piece because I tore and the designer paper didn't tear so well. Why did I tear it up? Because I want to pull from right to left instead of from left to right, because it just feels more natural. So I'm just shifting this over to make it a horizontal card instead of a vertical card. This is going to irritate me too. I'm just going to trim the edge to be even. Okay, horizontal card. We're pulling this way. Our bottom one is going to go, so this is the one that's going to be like the last revealed one. And so this is going to go right here on this first panel. And then the next one will kind of cover it a little bit. I'm gonna put tear and tape on all of them right now. So we have like three different panels, three different like sections. We're gonna start with the bottom one. So this is the one that you're going to see last, and I'm centering it right there, gluing it to that edge. Then the next one is going to be for the middle one. That will be this guy, and I'm putting him just, oop. I want to center top to bottom with this one so that it lines up, and I'm putting it just inside the score line. Just inside the score line. And then this one, again, centering top to bottom, and it's going just by the fold. Okay, so we've got our things all lined up, and then when you pull, they all just sort of cascade. Isn't that cool? So it's called the waterfall card because it's like a waterfall, and the pieces just keep pulling as they go. Now we do need a little bit of ribbon, I think, for a pull here, and that that seam binding would have been perfect, but I am totally out of that one. So let's go to the pool party sheer ribbon. I think is a great great alternative. And I love that it's such a lightweight ribbon. So I'm going to take the two ends. I always get this mixed up. I got the loop here in the front, and I'm going to loop it through. Nope, backwards. Okay, let's start with the loop through the tag. Open it up and pull the ends through. There we go. What do you call this kind of knot? I'm terrible at knots. Names. I don't know the names of the knots. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this down. And when the card is closed, it'll hang over the edge. But when you're sending the card, you can just fold it over here or fold it backwards to send in the card. And then that kind of makes it obvious that there's something to pull there. Now, if you want to, you can add like a white piece here or some other stamped images. We actually used, where's that otter set? We actually used like all the images pretty much. The only thing we didn't use was the birthday hat or the It's Birthday Time. So I think I'm actually going to leave it just like this because I think these otters are just so cute. I don't think it needs a whole lot else. You can write your message in here. Oh, you guys. Our otter is going the wrong way. Oh my goodness. I cannot win. I cannot win tonight. Oh, gentle pressure. Pulling this apart. So you've got space inside to write your message. I'll use this on another card. And we will use another piece. I'll have to stamp and color my otter later to go inside here. So more room inside to write your message. And if you wanted to, I guess you could stamp another otter there. But I like it just like that. I think it's cute. What do you think? Oh, no. Oh, Tony says you guys were trying to tell me about my oops. And I just didn't see your comments. I'm so sorry that I missed your comments. Oh my gosh. What fun. Yes, the walrus would be adorable too, Linda. You're right. Oh, Margot, I'm so glad that that you're wanting to try this again. I'm sorry it's still freezing up for you. I hope everybody else is not having any problems. Well, how about we take a look at some other samples real quick? Look for the handout. I'll put that in the video description when we're all done. But here are some more samples using the awesome otters. This one we made last week using the same ribbon and the same tag punch. We made a little birthday card with the awesome otters. This is one that Margot Richardson made for her swap card using the that wave stamp that's so awesome. Here's one that I showed in a sneak peek video last month. And then we've got this one from Betsy Kreider, and she's used that marble paper as well as the background for her card. Oh my gosh, aren't these otters just so stinking cute? Oh, they're too hard to resist. I just can't. I love them so much. Okay. Before I forget, because I have forgotten the last like 2 weeks to do mail call and show you guys some fun cards that I received in the mail. I keep forgetting they're sitting on my desk, and then I forget and I end the video. So let's take a quick little break and do these cards. This one is from Beth. Oh, Beth, I'm gonna mess up your last name. Is it just Koheiser? I always want to say like a Cook or something, but I don't think that's right. Anyway, Beth, thank you for this beautiful card. Strong of Heart was a stamp set that was available in the July through December mini catalog, and I just love this simple V card. These colors are just so pretty. Pool Party, or no, sorry, Balmy Blue with the Calypso Coral. So beautiful. Thanks for being marvelous. Beth, thank you for being marvelous. Thank you for the little package you sent with all the cardboard and the cello bags and the stamps. Apparently my post office does not postmark. Does not postmark things that I sent. Look at this one. Did you notice this large stamp? This one's from Mel Lampert, and she sent me this little note card, and I just love it because I didn't get this stamp yet. I'm going to see if I can show it to you really quick in the catalog. It's one big stamp, and it is on page 62. of the new mini catalogs right here. So both these stamps on this page are full card size. Isn't that fun? Mel wrote a fun note. She said she was just practicing with some scrap paper, but she said this was like combined exactly what she loved, which was reading and and friendship. So I love it. Thank you so much, Melody, for sending me this card and thinking of me. I always love getting your handmade cards. I told you it has been a while since I shared. So this one was a Christmas card from Rachel Chamberlain. And this did come like relatively on time. I just forgot to share it. So thank you, Rachel, for this. This fun Christmas card. I really like this layout with the strips of paper. It's like really simple. I think a lot of times we're challenged by like big open spaces, but I think it really works on this card. I love it. Thank you, Rachel. Here's a New Year's card I got from Myrtle Thorn. Check out that gold foil. Oh my gosh, this Simply Elegant designer paper is in the annual catalog, and it has all kinds of metallics in it. Silver and gold and copper. Myrtle used the Picture This die with the 3 different windows, and then that little Happy New Year greeting. Oops, I think the gem is supposed to go right there. Well, I don't think it has glue on it anymore. I'll have to fix it. Next up is a card from Janice McCullum using the new hedgehogs. Oh my goodness. I do not have this bundle yet. So I was really excited to get Janice's card so that I could have a sample with the hedgehogs. And I'm thinking about it. What do you guys think of the hedgehogs? Are they just the cutest? It's a punch bundle, so it has a coordinating punch as well as the stamps. And I might have to cave and get this one. I just thought it was so cute, Janice. Thank you so much for your awesome card. Here is a card from Shannon West. She's a demonstrator development manager at the home office. And Shannon sent me this card earlier this month as a congratulations for earning last year's trip. Little did she know that I was like on the brink of earning this year's trip. So Shannon, thank you so much for this fun card. It's always just so much fun to get mail from you, and this card is lovely. I'm really digging this layout and think I definitely need to case it. Next up is a card from Janet Casto, and I left it in the envelope so I could show you. She just ran that through with an embossing folder, and I just thought that was such a fun touch on the envelope to get that card that had like some special texture on the envelope. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? This is the Symbols of Fortune designer paper, and oh, there's a fun surprise inside. I love how Janet does that. Oh, thank you so much for this beautiful card. I love the simplicity of it, but how you added the tasteful texture embossing folder in the background. I think it really just makes the designer paper pop. So beautiful. Thank you, Janet. The other cards, I believe, are doubles that came in the Great Big Card Swap. So I shared these cards when I shared the Great Big Card Swap last week on Tuesday. There is another showcase coming up this next Tuesday. So if you want to participate in that, the theme for January is love. And unless you send your card out tomorrow, it's going to be really super tight. So you may want to go with the next theme for February, which is flowers. So you can send your flower themed cards to me at Julie Davison, P.O. Box 6164, Champaign, Illinois 61826. And I will showcase them every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. I'll showcase all the swap cards, and then I mix them up and I send them back. So if you're sending a card for the Great Big Card Swap, make sure you include a return postage stamp, and that's all. Just your card and your postage stamp. You don't need to include anything else. I'll provide the envelopes and get them all sent back to you, so you get to see them all, and then you get one back. So these were all doubles that were sent to me. So thank you so much. This one's from Joe Williams. This one is from Tamara Kilford. This one's from April Booth. Oh, so stinking cute. And this fun fold is from Mesa Sama. Oh my gosh, aren't they wonderful? Thank you so much for including me and sending an extra. You guys are just so awesome. I love getting Happy Mail just as much as you do. And so I hope that you'll participate in the great big card swap so that you can get some happy handmade cards in the mail as well. Let's move on to our last project of the night. I'm casing the catalog again because, like I said, I'm so inspired by the samples and it's so fun to sort of make them my own. Now, this is a suite that I really was excited to get. I love this beautiful designer paper. The New Horizons paper is a 6x6 paper. Let me pull it out so I can show it to you. It was included in the paper share. So I'm gonna just take out the paper here. So you'll get the 6x6 paper pack has 48 sheets for each of 12 different patterns. And I know I've shared this before, so I'm just going to whip through them. I love how you just have these beautiful watercolor images that you can create like almost just instant scenes with. And so the most of the work on the card I'm making tonight is done with this background designer paper. I was inspired by this card right here, and I've already pre-cut some pieces. So this is going to come together pretty quick. And just like when I cased the catalog, I made a few changes to make this card my own. So I'm going to show you my version next to the catalog when we're all done, and you can see what the differences are. And then when you make it at home, you can make it your own as well. So I have I've cut, I got all kinds of things here. I've cut some of the designer paper. I'm using a thick basic white card front. And then I've cut the designer paper to fill the entire card front. So this is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And it's going to go on the, oh my gosh, I missed a whole bunch of comments. Somehow I got caught up and I didn't see them. So I'm so sorry, you guys, when I miss your comments. I try to go back afterwards and look at them all and respond. So if I missed your comment when we were live, I'm so sorry, and I promise I will catch it afterwards. Okay, don't yell at me, Mom. I like my big scissors for cutting paper because it's a nice thick line. So I have cut a piece of Misty Moonlight to be a little bit smaller so that when I cut the layering diorama, I still had some of the image coming around the edges. I really loved how it just sort of like narrowed in on the card, but the design kept going. I also die cut some mountains to go on this card, and there's like a big flat one and then the detail. And so I love this color on color, just white on white, and it just adds like a fun texture to have it be the same color on color. So I'm going to just add some tiny little dots of glue to adhere this to the other die cut. And I think it's really subtle, but you can see the extra detail on there. Now I die cut another layer to go behind this is another piece of that paper. So I die cut it, and then I realized that it's going the same direction, and so it's kind of hard. I could just move it over a little bit, but then I decided to die cut from the same paper pattern, but I die cut it like backwards. So I die cut from the back side so that the front side was going in the opposite direction. So that's a little hack. If you want your mountains to go both directions, you can just die cut from the other side. And do you know what I mean? Let me show you with the die. Okay, so here's the horizon dies. And this wasn't the paper pattern, but you'll get the idea. So I want the purple over here. And so if I die cut it this way, the purple is on the front. But if I turn it over and die cut it this way, then the purple will be the other direction. So if you want to change the direction of the die, like this one, then just die cut from the back side so that you can get to the other direction. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I think I like having that little variation there. So I'm going to layer the mountains on there, and I think, you know what I'm going to do is I want to add this diorama layer with Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to glue the ends down. I actually might use some glue dots or a little dotted glue, and then I'll use Stampin' Dimensionals on the back and also on the back of these. So let's go ahead and do that now. Might be easier actually to add. Let's add the border first with Stampin' Dimensionals. And again, I did use the layering diorama dies to die cut this frame. I am adding extra dimensionals like on the sides because I don't want this frame to be saggy. I want the whole thing to be popped up without any issues. So I'm being generous. Generous with those Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, so that's going to go right in the middle. And then we can add this. And I'm going to do the Stampin' Dimensionals and then just do like a little dot of glue on the very ends, which will be sticking to the frame. Okay. Same thing here, although I need to be careful not to, like, I don't need extra dimensionals, so I'm actually, I think, going to just do glue on the sides because the other mountain is going to hold it up with the dimension. Oh, I love that layering. That's so good. Now, like the one in the catalog, I'm going to stamp the word breathe. This comes from that On the Horizon stamp set that coordinates with the suite. And so I'm going to do this on Fresh Freesia, which is sort of a lighter purple that's in the paper. It's not like an official color, but I think that it goes well. And I'm trying to decide if I should put it low or high. And I'm kind of leaning towards high. Tell me what you think. I'm only going to do one, but I cut, because I was cutting it so small, I decided to just cut myself an extra one just in case I needed to redo it. I think when you have small pieces like this, that the littlest mistakes show. So I want to give myself some extra practice. Okay, so there it is up high, there it is down low. Oh, that is tough. I think I want to bring in a little bit of ribbon, and this is the ribbon pack that comes with this suite, the New Horizon suite. And so you get two different colors. You get the Misty Moonlight and the Petal Pink in here, and I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight, which is the same color that we're using for the cardstock, that diorama layer. So I'm going to just, because our little sentiment is so it's so small, I'm just going to add, you know what? I was going to do 2 strips, but I think that's going to be too much. Just 1 strip of ribbon. Yep. And let's add some adhesive to the back of that. Okay. Oh, you guys are so torn. I see a lot of you saying hi. And Janet says low. Lori says hi. Kathy says low. Oh, it's pretty even. I think that up high, it almost gets lost because it's so small. So I think I like it right down there. I think that is a perfect little spot for it. And I'm going to see about adding a dimensional. And that's perfect right there. I also brought in, these are my favorite. Like I used them all the time, and then I kind of got out of them. Maybe I guess because the winter, but it's time. These Artistry Blooms sequins are so perfect with so many different designer papers. And I thought the blue on this one would be so perfect. So I'm going to add a couple sequins. And I think that sparkle is just perfect, don't you think? Let's take a look. There's our finished card. Let's take a look at that sample in the catalog and compare the two again. And you can see some of the differences and some of the similarities. Okay, so I used the Breathe with the ribbon behind it. They actually did use two there. They did use some of the sequins, so I added those. And they used a smaller diorama and a lighter color and also added some texture. So I made mine a little, not more simple, I guess more simple because I didn't add the texture embossing, but the foreground is darker. You can see more of the designer paper. So a little bit simpler there. Okay, well, that was our third card. You guys have to tell me which one is your favorite. Let's review what we did tonight. We were casing the catalog. We made 2 different cards inspired by samples in the catalog. This was the first card that we made, and this was the second catalog case. And then we also made this fun waterfall card featuring the otters and the marvelous designer paper. I hope you enjoyed the projects that I shared tonight. Leave a comment. Let me know which one is your favorite. Which one of these would you make at home? I always love to know that because it helps me to decide on what to show you next time. Like, what is your style? What is it that you like? Do you like to see more ideas using punches or dies or fun folds like the waterfall card? I'm seeing many of you saying that you like the waterfall card. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like and follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to my channel over on YouTube so that you don't miss out on future videos. I will see you coming up on Sunday for another Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. Thanks so much again for tuning in tonight or today, whenever you're watching the replay. I hope that you're having a great week, and I will catch you soon. Happy stamping.